What's up, everybody? This is Jay, and welcome to my Empire Season 4, Episode 10 recap. Remember to subscribe to my channel and also support me on Patreon.com and PayPal. The links is in the description box below. Now, when we check in, we see Jamal coming right back after the shooting with Angelo, and everybody's trying to console him, telling him he did a good thing. Angelo tried to take him out, and he's not really having it, and he's saying, hey, what we supposed to act like everything is normal? I killed somebody. And they saying it was self-defense. Okay, it wasn't like you tried to kill him. But he ain't hearing it. He real down and out. And Cookie said, you know what, there's a problem to Cosby. And Cosby is saying, what's going on? She say, I've been trying to get a hold of Lucius, and this is what I got back. Then it's saying, you know, I'm going out for a while, I need some time to myself. They like, that don't sound like Lucius, something ain't right. She said, yeah, we need to get on it. He was supposed to meet me last night, and something ain't right. So he like, all right, I'm on it. So next thing you know, we see Lucius, and he laid out in the bed sleep, and next thing you know, he getting woke up by this fake ass Annie Wilkes from Misery, Claudia, and she got him kidnapped. So he's starting to come to, and he's remembering that he got drugged up, somebody got stuck in the neck like a vampire in Brooklyn. And so he pop up out the bed trying to get up out of there, and he fall to the floor. He trying to get his equilibrium back. He trying to get on his toes, and then she's saying, hold on, you still got some of that residue from the drugs. And oh, by the way, I got you chained up like Black Snake Moan in this piece. And so he got a chain on his leg like a runaway slave, and she's saying, you need to just wait a second. He like, what are you doing? You need to get this off of me. What's your problem? She like, hold on, Dwight, I'm here to help. Dwight, he like, I ain't no damn Dwight. And so she got him chained to the piano, and he trying to pull it off, get loose. I don't know what he was thinking. He ain't strong enough to pull it off. And next thing you know, she pull out this pistola, and she like, you need to wait a second. He like, hold on, wait a minute. And she pops him in the damn chest, and it turned out to be a dart gun. And she like, you need to calm down for a minute. And he go down to one knee. He done got popped off looking like Ricky and Boys in the Hood. Next thing you know, he down for the count, sleeping. He catching Z's, and so she's smiling because you know she love it when the plan comes together. Meanwhile, we see Cookie, and she's reminiscing about what she had going on in jail. She thinking about pound cake, looking more like a German chocolate cake, real nasty. And so she is talking to pound cake, and they got a plan together on how they gonna get revenge on that security guard for raping her, knowing damn well she gave that up freely. Ain't nobody trying to take none of that. And so they saying, look, when we out on break, it's only 2 or 3 guards there. We gonna get them in. We gonna have one of y'all make a distraction, and while they being distracted, Pound Cake gonna carve them up real nice. And Pound Cake, she half-ass into the plan, talking about some, yeah. And she like, yeah, we about to get some revenge on this raper. Then the girl's like, yeah, we gonna get him, girl. And she like, yeah. And then if I get him alone, I'm gonna cut me off a piece too. Cut me off a piece of bacon from that pig. And then she got a razor blade she stuffing up in her mouth. And she like, yeah, let's go ahead. We gonna get some revenge for you. Let's do this. You about this? And she like, yeah. But she real soft-spoken, like she really wasn't about that life. And so when they get up, Pound Cake don't move. She still sit there. You know what I'm saying? And so she get up. She got the little shank. She ready to go ahead and play a little poker and poke them up real good. Pound Cake ain't move, you know what I'm saying? Like that yeast is still trying to rise. And so she looked back to wonder why that cake ain't got up. And she look, and that's enough time to distract her with that pig. He turn around, and he see her with the shank. And next thing you know, they all attack her and hold her down right when she was about to try to carve off a piece of that bacon. Then they grab her, throw her to the ground. She trying to get away or whatever, but they got her hemmed up in the 211. So she tries to get the little blade out of her mouth and slice off a little thin piece of bacon, some more turkey bacon. And they see that she had a blade, so they hem her up, and they say, yeah, we gonna put you in the hole for 3 weeks. Pound Cake looking salty, but you know, it's her fault. This all happened. She snitched. And so Cookie is sitting there thinking like, damn, we got to find out what's going on, you know, something ain't right. And so next thing you know, we see Thirsty, and he come back with a little surveillance. It just so happened he got a cousin that work at the same hospital, and he like, look at this tape right here. And so they show right there that in the hospital, Claudia was there with a wheelchair. They like, Claudia, what the hell is she doing there? Does she work there? He like, I don't think so, but I'm gonna check it out. They like, well, we need to find out what the hell was she doing there. He like, yeah, that's the last place Lucius was seen. And so she like, yeah, well, we need to find out, and find out more, whatever you can, about Claudia. Meanwhile, we see back at the house, the cabin in the woods, we see Lucius. He trying to figure out a way to get out, and she like, you know, I'm here to help you, Dwight. I'm gonna help you. And he like, I don't need no help. You know what I'm gonna do to you? And he trying to pull on the chain or whatever, and he still can't get loose. He like, get me out of here. I'm Lucius Lion. And so she just looking at him. She like, no, Dwight, when I was helping you, you were so creative. You were doing so much more. And now I don't know what's wrong with you. And so now he see that she got a little mark on the ground, or how far the chain to go. And she ain't trying to step over it. And she like, I know you love me. I'm gonna help you. And now he realized she got his number. Meanwhile, we see Tori Ash. She performing at Leviticus. She dropping a new album out. She over here leaning on these dudes like fake Chippendale dancers. We see Becky and her girl, and they sitting there and they talking about why she can't get a hold of Lucius. And she's saying, you know what, I gotta pee. And she like, girl, what's wrong with you? You stressing. She like, this family don't have her talk to nobody in the press. They don't want her talking. Hold my phone. I gotta go to the bathroom. She like, damn, girl, that's too much information. All right. And so then we see Tori Ash still performing. Hakeem come on out, try to perform with her. They got the crowd rocking and everything. And so, you know, the song and the show must go on. Meanwhile, back at Empire, we see Thirsty, and he's talking where he says, hey, I found her friend, her doctor friend. And so they bring him in. That's the doctor that referred Claudia to them. And so she's saying, yeah, I'm also her psychiatrist. Thirsty like, oh snap, look at that, she nuts. And so she said, yeah, Claudia's been through a lot, but that's what made her a good candidate to help people. And they like, oh, okay, is that right? And she like, yeah, she's had unique methods. It was a guy, he was in a bus accident, and Claudia, she tried to help him. Meanwhile, they showing Claudia, and she trying to light the little stove or whatever and get a little warm in there and cozy. And meanwhile, Lucius is at the piano, and he kind of stressing on what to do. She like, look, we're going to help you get better. I'm going to help you be Dwight. And I got these two things for protection. And so he like, damn, she prepared. Meanwhile, the doctor's telling him about how Claudia had these methods and she moved in the house. She like, that's the same thing she did with us. She like, yeah, she was doing good and made remarkable strides until the wife got rid of him. And then she kind of lost it, and she was going to take him up north, upstate. She like, what is that? She like, I can't say anymore until I talk with Claudia. I'll get back in contact with you. Meanwhile, we see Jamal, and he's sitting in the dark all sad and lonely because he didn't pop Stella. Stella ain't getting no groove on no more. And so Hakeem come try to cheer him up, turn the curtains up, say, come on, man, we need to get out of here. I need to get you some sunlight. Come ride with me. Put your Gucci's on. And while he's sitting there thinking, he having flashbacks of when he took Stella groove away. And so he like, I didn't want to kill anybody. I still feel when I just shot him and the gunpowder's on me. He said, come on, man, it's time to go. Meanwhile, we see Becky. She coming out the handicap stall. You know, she needed extra room. And so she's getting ready to check this little tinkle test. And then next thing you know, her girl Portia walks in, and she like, girl, what are you doing? Your bladder must be the size of a thimble, and we know that ain't right. It's more like a 2-liter of Coke. And so she like, why are you worried about my bladder? And why are you worried about how much I tinkle? She say, girl, something ain't right. And what you got a tinkle test for? You pregnant? That'd be a feat in itself. And she like, don't worry about my test and how many of them I take. She like, then she pull out a bag, look like a bag of snacks. She got tinkle tests in there like it was a bag of Kit Kats. She like, girl, how many you take? She like, they ain't always 100%. She like, yeah, they 99.9. She like, so are you pregnant? What does it say? And then she getting ready to break down. She worried. She like, I don't know. And she don't say nothing. And then she get ready to come and she like, oh my goodness, somebody got you pregnant? Ugh. And then she come and give her a hug. And she like, it's okay. She like, I didn't wash my hands. She like, me neither. They just two pissy hand girls. Meanwhile, back over there at the cabin in the woods, Lucia's starting to play this music talking about, yeah, I was never free until I had the music. I appreciate being here. I'm now free. I can write again. I can see again. And Claudia's starting to fall for it. He like, I just didn't understand, but now I do. And she come and try to console him. She thinking she helping him. He like, I'm sorry. Then next thing you know, he come and put his hands around her throat, try to choke her out like the Undertaker. And he like, you should let me go. And then next thing you know, she pop him in the peanuts. And you know, he going down like a sack of bricks, bag of potatoes. And she try to get away. He grab her foot, and then she lean up against the stove and burn her shoulder. So the next thing she do is grab this extension cord and turn it on, and these bright lights and all this loud music start blasting, and he tweaking out. He like, what is that? She like, that's your music and the bright lights. Because of your medicine, it drives you crazy like a migraine, and he tweaking out. Meanwhile, we see Cookie looking good as hell, coordinated. She talking to Thirsty, and she on her way up north to find where Lucius is. And she have a flashback of being back in the pen with Officer Pigowski torturing her, talking about, yeah, we saw at the Source Awards, there's your man with a supermodel all hugged up. Here, check and look. And so then he throw it to her. He like, you got family visitor, and she get up, and it's pound cake. She like, I ain't got nothing to say to you. She like, I don't owe you nothing, and I didn't ask for your help. She like, yeah, that's right. Your baby survived all by itself too, right? Pound cake looked stupid and felt stupid after that. And then Officer Pigowski came. You don't have no family here. You by yourself. And Cookie thinking, oh yeah, I do got family, and I'm gonna get them. Meanwhile, we see Andre. He in the tweak out hospital, and they brothers, they go to see him, and he like, what's up, man? Can we get a hug, man? I'm just here to see you. He like, oh man, it's okay, man. I didn't know what y'all was doing here. And so they give him a hug, try to give him a little support. They like, how you doing, man? Good to see you. He like, I'm all right. How you doing, man? I heard about what happened. And so he like, man, I just want to make sure y'all are okay. They like, man, I can't believe what happened. He like, man, it was almost messed up. Good thing Jamal was there to take him out. He like, how could you say that? What did you know about taking someone out, man? I didn't want to kill nobody, man. And he break down crying. He's starting to tweak out. And they like, oh man, I thought I was the only one to tweak out. And so he got up. They try to hug it out, and three bros, they try to bro down. He still got a little tear, and he like, I didn't want to kill him. He don't realize they was about to kill his boo thing, Warren. Anyway, we see Lucius, he waking up, sleep from under the piano. He get up, he like, I didn't mean to hurt you, I'm sorry. And next thing you know, Cookie pull up in the stinking Lincoln. And so she said, what is she doing here? And so he start yelling, Cookie, I'm in here. She say, pull out a blade. She like, you better get her out of here or I'll slit her throat. And so he like, oh snap. So Cookie walking up to the door and knock on the door. And then Claudia opens it up like, yes. And she like, is Lucius here? I want to talk to him. So she let Cookie in. Cookie come in, start talking to him. Lucius, what's going on? What are you doing here? I've been calling you. Why you ain't answer? He like, I'm sitting here. I needed some space. And she tell Claudia, get back, stand back, let me talk to him. He like, I'm trying to create. I needed some space. I helped you get rid of the Dubois. Now I'm here to try to do what I need to do with Claudia. Meanwhile, Claudia pulling this blade from out of her back, and Cookie is sitting there trying to see what's going on. She say, I don't know what this white woman did, but I'm about to find out. He like, no, Cookie, I'm trying to write this new song. Listen, I'm writing new music. Pay attention. And she listening to the song, and she ain't putting it together yet, but that's a song that, you know, he's already had. And so she leaves, and she like, all right, Lucius, I'm going to leave. I'm going to let you stay with your wet nurse until you get it together. And so now Cookie hurt. She in the car, and then she starts thinking, and she remembering back when she was in the pen, and she's thinking about the music that's playing in the back of her head, and she's remembering, wait a minute, I'm the one that wrote that damn song. That song he was playing was the song that I wrote. And then he remembered Jamal saying, Mom wrote that song for you. It's a love song. And so now she stops the car and she's thinking, that ain't no new song. That's our song. And she about to make a call, but she sees no signal. So she dig in her purse looking for some type of weapon. All she can get is a damn razor. Meanwhile, we see Becky and her girl Portia, and they talking, and she's saying, so how did this happen? And how did you get pregnant? And she like, what do you mean, how did it happen? And she like, I mean, I know how it's done, but like, how did he actually find it and get it inside your slit? Ugh, gross. And she just grossed out thinking about it. And Becky sitting there looking like a big ass rainbow, a kaleidoscope. And she's saying, so who is it? What happened? And she like, I only did it a few times with J Papa, maybe like 6 or 8 times. She like, damn, girl. Well, if that baby born, you better name him Hercules, because if he busts up out of there, boy, that's a feat of strength, ain't it? And so she said there saying, so what you gonna do? And they laugh about the Hercules on the way. And so then she say, are you gonna keep the baby? I mean, you already got a condo built for him, indoor pool, outdoor pool. I mean, how can you even tell that you pregnant? And so she starts thinking about what she gonna do. And so now she's wondering, she's like, I never thought I'd be a mother. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And so then they cut, and they gets ready to go to little Lulu, and she slide the food over to him like he a crazy dog or something. And then he sitting there looking at her, and then he jump over there real quick to get the food, and she kind of back up. She a little worried, and he's saying, you need to get me up out of here. And next thing you know, she pull out the extension cord, threatening him again. And so he looking, he like, don't you know what's gonna happen to you when I get out of here? And so she's sitting there, playing with fire. Next thing you know, she turned on the extension cord on his ass, and she turned on the lights, the red light district right here. And next thing you know, the lights pop. And so he holding his ears. She like, look what you made me do. And so she go look for the fuse box, and then that's Cookie giving him the shush, saying, come on, let's get out of here. And he like, wait a minute, Cookie, she got me chained to the damn piano. So Cookie like, hold on, I'm about to find something to get you out. And then next thing you know, old girl hit her with the motherfucking skillet. And so then Cookie fall out, and next thing you know, they trying to pick Cookie up. She remembering when she was in jail, laid out in the hole, and she could barely walk. And they like, all the people like trying to coax her on. Come on, Cookie, you can do it. Get up, Cookie. Then old boy like looked like the cookie crumbled. And so then Cookie starts to get up, and she's moving like the Walking Dead. She get herself together, and she wobbles herself back on inside her cell. And so then they all looking and screaming, hey, Cookie, this and that. Cookie, she like, yeah, you ain't gonna make it out of here. You still got time to be locked up. She like, yeah, I'm gonna be out of here. Don't worry about it. So then Cookie laid out, knocked out, and Lucius wake her up. And she, next thing you know, she chained to the table and tied to the seat. And so then Claudia come in, and she like, what are you doing here? We told you to leave. And Cookie is looking like, you need to get me out of here. She like, I'm here to help him. I want to do my work. And she like, girl, what is your problem? He like, Lucius quiet. She like, we're gonna be together. I'm gonna help him. He loves me. And Cookie like, what? Then he just looking stupid right now. And she like, you think you the first one to fall for this, talking about you love him? You mean, did you tell her that? You mean I'm here because you said you love her and led her on? How could you do that? How could you be stupid? He like, I didn't do that. I thought it was you. She like, what? You thought she was me? And then she like, what do you mean? And he like, I was thinking it was you. I was under the stuff, and I didn't know. I was confused. She like, well, look at what you did. Just like you had led on the other girl, and now you done led her on. And she like, no. He like, well, look, everybody you get involved with, you guys kill. They like, nah, we don't do that, but we do got a few bodies. And then Claudia throws the knife down. This isn't funny. You guys are toxic. You guys bring out the worst in each other. You guys are, dangerous and alchemy. And she like, they looking like, man, this girl tweaking. She like, you guys are not no good. She like, I'm not about to let you try to shrink my head. You need to go on somewhere with that. She like, why don't you tell him about how he hurt you and how he didn't come to visit you and how he left you hanging and abandoned you? He like, I didn't abandon her. And she like, well, how don't you tell him about what he did while you was in jail and how that made you feel? And he like, I didn't do that. And she like, yeah, well, actually you did. You stopped calling, you stopped visiting. He like, you don't understand. It was hard trying to raise those kids and try to run a business on my own. And Claudia is looking at him like, yeah, whatever. She trying to put them against each other. And he like, she like, I was in there for 17 years and I was in there locked up. You had help out here. You didn't have to do what I had to do. And he like, look, if I have to hear one more time about the 17 years, Claudia, you could kill me and stab me in my neck. You know, you got my permission. And so she like, you had help. You had my family. You had my sisters. He like, I had to go through every time I went. I see you all cut up and scratched up and I couldn't do anything. That was tearing me up inside. And so now she looking at him with the little side eye like, yeah, whatever. And so Claudia, she trying to like get them against each other saying, you guys are no good. He like, yeah, you didn't even love each other. You only got turned on from each other for different reasons. You love that spinning label on the record. And she like, no, that's my family. That's what kept me going while I was locked up. So do what you want, but I'ma be here for him. And then Claudia gets up and put the knife to her throat. And then Lucia's like, stop, don't do it. And she like, well, I'm gonna do it. And Cookie like, go ahead, do it. I don't care, do it. Just do it. And Lucia's like, Cookie, shut up. I don't do it. And Claudia's like, I'm going to end this because she's not going to stop my work again. And then she hear a car roll up right in the nick of time. It's her best friend, little doctor friend. And so she's like, she shouldn't be here. So she runs outside and she's telling her friend she needs to leave. And she's like, hey, you need to leave. And then Lucius banging on the window. Hey, help, I'm in here. And then Cookie say, Lucius, be quiet. Hold on. I got this. And then she pulls out a razor blade. She keep a blade on her, don't she? And then her friend is saying, is Lucius lying here? Because his family's worried and looking for him. She like, you need to leave. And her friend like, I'm going inside to check. And so she grabs a log and cracks her friend upside the head with the log and lays her friend out. And then she sees an axe, so she goes ahead and tries to be Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And so she goes in there and she says, where is she? And she says she went to go get the police. So she turns on the lights on Lulu and try to piss him off for that. And so now she's looking for Cookie, and she's looking around, and next thing you know, Cookie come and hit her upside the head with a glass bottle. She tried to swing the axe, but it gets stuck in the wall. Cookie cracks her in the face and lays her out. Meanwhile, Lucius here and fighting, so he trying all his might to get free. And then Claudia punches Cookie back, so Cookie squares up like, come on, let's rumble, let's go. Claudia pulls out the taser and straight pops her in the shoulder and give her a little taser. And so now Cookie fall down, start tweaking, shaking and twitching. And so now Lucius, he trying to kick with the peg leg, using that bionic strength like Iron Man. And then he's able to kick the, a hole in the leg of the piano. And so now Cookie, she giving her another zap. And next thing you know, Lucius free, and he give her a little right hook and lays her ass out. She fall out on the floor. Cookie, she pulls out the little tasers and tries to get up. And then he gets the axe and he about to chop her up like a two-piece with a biscuit. And she says, go ahead, do it. That's all you are, is a killer. And then Cookie get up, kill that bitch. And so she said, go ahead, just do it. You know that's what you are. And he swings the axe, but he chops it in the floor next to her. And so then Cookie is saying, why you ain't kill her? And he like, I decide what I am. And so then they had the cops come. They got her friend in the ambulance. They putting her in the back of the squad car. And so Cookie is saying, you know you should have killed her ass. And he's saying, I know who I am. And so she's saying, who are we? And there's Claudia getting in the squad car. And he say, I'm whoever I want to be, but it ain't who she decide. Meanwhile, we see Andre, and he's dreaming, and he's remembering all the dirty shit he's done. And he's thinking about what he was doing with his father, and he was about to commit suicide and having suicidal thoughts. Then he was working with Exhibit, and he was talking about about how they was gonna blow up Lucius' car, and saying just hit the button. Here he is looking like the Men in Black. And so he's sitting there. Lucius was saying, hey, here's the keys to the kingdom. I'm gonna let you run everything. And so then he started feeling guilty, and he the main one running out talking about, Pop, don't get into the car. And next thing you know, the car blowing up, giving him a blowjob from hell, blowing his leg off, got him with a peg leg with a kickstand. And so then he's screaming. He wake up in a cold sweat thinking about what happened and all the stupidness that he did, and he's got a guilty conscience now. And the nurse asking, is he okay? And he's telling himself, yeah, I'm all right, but I gotta tell Pops what happened. And so we'll see how that happens in the next episode. It was a pretty good episode for a comeback episode, so it's looking forward to seeing how the rest of the season go. In the end, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Continue to support me on Patreon, PayPal, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.